So I'm joined today by Amanda Grozdanic from Fuse Therapy, an occupational therapy group here in St. Pete. Listeners to the Hustleberg podcast may remember her from episode number 9 there. Amanda, thank you for joining me today.
Hi, how's everybody doing?
So it looks like you have one of the unique situations like Bayboro Brewing did, where you started things for your business right as we experienced the pandemic. So
Right.
ideally, pre-pandemic, what's business like for you? What is it that you
So, so we, right before everything shut down, we did our launch day, which was a hike day in the park in Tampa. And we got through the hike and everybody had a great time. And then they shut us down.
right,
And then we ended up with the social distancing, safer at home orders. And everybody kind of got reclused into their house. So,
right,
as a community-based business, is a little bit challenging. And before that, though, we were connecting outside face to face, talking with families that seeing what people needed, and just trying to, start out. So I can't really say we got very far.
right. So you provide occupational therapy services mainly to juveniles, right? Younger.
Yes, we do. I focus on children with special needs, and the idea is that we are going to bridge the gap between therapy and clinical settings and the community. As you can see, I'm sitting outside because a
Yes,
lot of the things that we will do are in the outside world and in nature, the beach, and other community environments. So I just thought this would be a perfect little setting here to show
fantastic.
that's what we do. So it's a little challenging when you have to be social distance, or the places that we could meet to do social distancing are closed or
Now, what are
limited.
some of the things that you've been able to do to adapt creatively during the Safer at Home, which looks like it'll be ending right as this comes out? Well, we'll be facing back in a
Well,
reopening, but
so honestly, we just kind of took a step back and reevaluated where we were and what needed to be done with the new things that were being put in place. Because everything was so new and unexpected, we didn't really have anything ready for this. So it was kind of like take a step back, reevaluate, and then let's see what we can offer once things kind of settle down. So where we're at right now is, and we've been open this whole time. So the options were for people to do more teletherapy or
mhm,
consultation over the phone. Um, but as far as the social piece of it, I can still do individual treatments within the restrictions that are put in place. Um, so right now, kind of what is potentially in the works, depending on how the reopening process happens, is that if we decide to do groups or multiple people, we'll have very limited. We'll have it will be activities that create a very separated environment. So if we do, say, a hike, then each family will kind of have their own space to hike through the paved areas that are open. Um, I've considered doing some Zoom meetings to pull in different families so that the kids can socialize a little bit um, that way. And as far as protective equipment or things that need to be put in place, I mean, we wouldn't change anything that we would already do, which is wash hands, sanitizer, keep if um, keep those things that we already use as healthcare providers in place
right.
for the safety of others. Now, something we may have to add would be wearing masks. So if we are too close to each other, at least we have that protection. Unfortunately, it's a little challenging with kids with special needs because a lot of them can't handle having their face covered, and nor do they handle having other people's face covered because they rely on those social cues that they get from people. And even sometimes just wearing glasses or parents pulling their hair back can be really hard for kids to process. So there's those challenges to work with, but I think just talking with the families and seeing what the needs are for each individual kid and each individual family, I'd be able to kind of adapt and adjust to those needs. So that's kind of where we're at the moment.
Awesome, Amanda. Where can people find out more about Fuse Therapy and what you do for the community?
So we are on Facebook, Instagram, and I have a website, www.fusetherapy.org. And my direct contact is 918-810-3109. And like I said, we're open and we can do a variety of things based on what your needs are and how where everybody's kind of at this moment, because we're all kind of in different situations. So that's kind of where you can find us.
Awesome. Thanks, Amanda, for sharing, and look forward to having this up on St. Pete Open for Business.
Sounds good. Thanks, everybody, and hope that we can actually do real face to face soon.